Gentlemen, potential is useless without discipline. You can have all the potential in the world and still end up with nothing. Today I was reading this Bible verse. It was not my first time. Someone once read it to me. It really touched me, and today I was going through it again, and I just thought, let me just make a video on this and discuss how you can literally have a lot of potential and still end up failing. So this one, I'm taking it from Genesis 49 verse 3 to 4. So Genesis chapter 49 verse 3 to 4. It's basically Jacob when he was about to die and he was giving last words to his children. And the first one, which we are going to discuss, is only about the firstborn. So he goes ahead and says, I'm going to read both 3 and 4 and then we'll come back to it. So verse number 3 says, Reuben, you are my firstborn, the might and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity and the excellency of power. Verse 4 says, unstable as water, you shall not excel because you went up to your father's bed and then you defiled it. He went up to my couch. I hope you got that. Anyways, we're still going to go back to it even if you didn't get it. So the first line says, Reuben, you are my firstborn. I really related to it for obvious reasons that I am the firstborn. And then he goes ahead and says, the might and the beginning of my strength. So he's saying that you are the might, you are the beginning of my strength. You have authority since you are the firstborn. You have natural born authority, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power. And the excellency of power. Like, this is someone who already has, like, this is great potential. Like, you are born into the birthright of the firstborn. You have great potential, dignity of power and excellence and other shit. But then he goes ahead and says, unstable as water, you shall not excel. So he's saying this guy, although he is the beginning of his strength, the might of his what, he is unstable as the water. Therefore, he shall not excel. So, in other words, this guy is not disciplined. He lacks self-control of himself, which, like the way the waters of the sea, they are unstable. They're constantly fluctuating and changing on the mood. So that is the thing that is going to limit him, which hits to the title of this video saying, you can have all the potential in the world, but if you are not disciplined, if you don't control your emotions and stick to the things you're supposed to do, you can never excel. Here it says, unstable as the water, you shall not excel. That's how deep it is. And then he goes on to name all the other sons. He talks about other sons, what they will get, what they won't get, like just, his final words. These are the final words of a dying man. So I'll just keep it brief and short, as I've already hit the point that I wanted to discuss, is that when you are born, yes, of course, it depends on the background, wherever you are, and who you are around in your environment. That would literally dictate where you might end up. But I think there's a lot to it that we can control, a lot to it that we might not, that we might not realize. So I just want to say to everyone has potential to do something with their lives, but it's only potential. In order to make it a reality, you need to now be stable, not unstable. You need to be stable and disciplined and consistent on working on your goals so that you can achieve them. This was the video of the day, gentlemen. If you enjoyed that, please like, subscribe if you want to keep on seeing more content like this. This was the video of the day. Slaughter out.